Boom. Star Trek. Tonight, what are we doing? Lower Decks, Season 5. We're starting the final season. I'm super sad. You have no idea. We're going to start with Season 5, Episode 1, Dos Cerritos. I don't know a fucking lick of Spanish. I don't know. Is that good? Dos Cerritos. Probably not. It wasn't bad. I liked it like spiked and then it fucking plummeted. And then it spiked and then like it was in waves. Yeah. We'll start with, I guess, the A storyline with the Cerritos. Now I'm going to say it that way forever now. Long story short, they encounter a rift where they meet a parallel dimension. What do they say? Like 0.237, some shit? I didn't write it down. I don't know. Hopefully that's right. Because I don't know if you guys know, I watch the episode and then I run out here and I make a video. So it's as fresh as it can be. Some of the things that made me laugh was fucking Boimler's 30 under 30. And he's like, Naomi Wildman made it. And she's like 10. Now, this does take place shortly after Voyager. Like, Lower Decks, for those that don't know, are closer to, like, Nemesis than anything else. Like, it's like, if you're watching in chronological order. It's not close to Picard. It's closer to Nemesis. And so that made me laugh, because it's Naomi Wildman. Who the fuck makes a Voyager reference like that? But they go to the parallel universe where, like, Taylin says remarkable instead of fascinating. Boimler has a beard. I don't know how many people actually watch this. Not many. My husband and I do a Star Trek, my husband and I do a Santa photo every single year. I am desperately trying to get him to do a Star Trek Lower Decks picture, but because we've already done Star Trek, he doesn't want to do another Star Trek. So I've convinced him to dye my hair purple and my beard purple. And now he's like, okay, because I never dye my hair. But if he lets me dye my hair purple, I'll do a Lower Deck. So Boimler with the purple beard, here we go. I don't know. This is one of those, like, if I can get 100 people to tell my husband, do it, maybe he'll do it. Rutherford is more of a droid. Ransom has long hair. Shax has longer hair. Everybody's suits are a little bit darker. But the big difference is Mariner is the captain. Big difference. Okay. And as they're going through, that's the peak. I was like, all of these differences, they're so cool. And then it was like, they don't get along and they just have to go back. We're back down. I was like, this is fucking boring. Now, when they fix everything and Mariner switches, like Captain Mariner switches with Lieutenant Commander Mariner, I was like, this is super interesting again. And we're back on the upwards. And I was like, this is so cool. And then they immediately solved that. And I was like, this is back down. Because I thought that was going to be like the season arc right there. I was like, oh my God, like Mariner's switched. There you go. There's the whole episode. There's the whole season. Nope, lasted like 45 seconds. Which I will say, the whole Taylin, like, I fooled you. It got me. It made me laugh. Boimler stealing the pad. I'm assuming that's going to be the season-long arc of just him, like, trying to be more, like, what did he say last season? Like, brave Boimler or whatever? No, whatever. So, like I said, ups and downs is what it is. The bad Mariner, like, where she was just beating people into submission, I was actually impressed. I was like, damn. So, curious where that all goes. Okay, knock that out. B storyline is so fucking dumb. It actually is it's more of my favorite than the A storyline. So the B storyline is just Tendi trying to find a ship. She finds a ship and she's trying to, like, save it, whatever. She's trying to, like, commandeer it, trying to take it. And I was like, okay. I mean, I forgot Tendi left already. It's been like a day. And I was like, okay, right, Tendi's gone. What are we doing? and she encounters the accent came out, the Blue Orions. Now, for those that don't get that joke, for those of you watching Lower Decks and they're like, what the fuck is, like, the Blue Orion? Why is this in the show? That is a reference to the animated series. So if you go back, you watch the original animated series from the 70s. So for one, continuity was not a fucking thing. For you, like, Gen Zs and Alphas and shit like that, continuity never used to be a thing. You could do whatever the fuck you wanted. Doesn't matter. Just like my hair. So another good example of this. So the first example for this, there was Orions in the original series and they were green. Back to the first fucking pilot, the Cage. There are Orions and they're green. And then they did the animated series and they're like, oh, fuck it, let's paint them blue and put them in outfits and shit. And like Kirk and Uhura, like they call them Orions, even though they're Orions. Now, this is not just for the original series. In the end, like even in the Next Generation, there's an episode where Data pulls up an Andorian. And an Andorian is blue, but the Andorian in the Next Generation that he pulls up is green. So like blue Andorians turned green, and green Orions turned into blue Orions. History lesson. Like, that made me laugh so uncontrollably. My dogs thought I had lost my mind, which I have. But yeah, I thought that was great. And just that whole little situation was fantastic. I really like seeing the Blue Orions. That made me laugh. It made my night. This is such a long video because I love Lower Decks. Going right into episode 2, Shades of Green. Fuck you. You're just being mean to the Orions. You know how hard it is for me to say that word, Orions. Anyways, seeing Tendi fight the Blues in the holographic thing, and then her sister just dropping the like enchilada or whatever. That made me laugh. That'd be me. So the A storyline, I guess we'll say, is Boimler and is the main crew helping a planet get rid of currency. And at first I was like, that's kind of fucking weird. Why are they even doing this? Boimler being the fun boss. As somebody who has been a boss in multiple different organizations and jobs, you can't. You're either the asshole or you're everybody's best friend and nothing gets done. So I was like, oh, poor Boimler and his bointers was a little sad. But that whole, like, oh, they got kidnapped, blah, 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 and then faked being dead, but they actually used the pointer. I was like, yeah, I don't know. I struggled. I was kind of checked out by that point. Again, the Tendi storyline did hold more of my interest, where her and the Blue Orions have to go on a sail ship race. Very reminiscent of, is it the Deep Space Nine? Where I think Cisco and Jake do the sailboat that goes with just go watch Deep Space Nine. I was like, oh, that's nice. But that whole thing of like Tendi's sister being pregnant and trying to save the day but ruining everything, it was nice. I like the Tendi storyline more than anything else. And then once the T'Lyn and Rutherford story, the C storyline, also really kind of touched me, where Rutherford's just like, oh, this is her and I thing, so we need something. And T'Lyn trying to help but making it worse. I loved all of that. That was great. And then the big thing that really got me was the twist at the end, where they actually connect the A and B storyline, where they're like, oh, we have all this currency that we're about to destroy because the planet's getting rid of it. And Tendi's like, hey, I have a whole family that needs currency. I was legitimately impressed. That was a 90s storyline, and it was perfect. Like, you got A, you got B, they're going, and they combine. Loved it. Thought that was really, really good. I am sad that this is the final season and I'm blitzing through it. I kind of want to take my time, but it is what it is. Curious what you guys were thinking going into season 5. One of my big problems with season 4 was they introduced the big bad right from the first episode. This one, as far as I can tell, they aren't. It's more episodic. So I'm liking that, unless I'm wrong. Curious what you guys were thinking. Go ahead, let me know, and I will see you guys next time.